Well, I was just getting ready to do a video of my garage and shop, which I think Mr. Heavy Chevy doesn't hold a candle to my mess, and he's on YouTube. But I thought I'd do a video of all kinds of things and show you all. Just had a message from KC. Now I can't remember what the rest of it. My memory's so terrible. Anyways, a new guy that's a new subscriber that just, I guess he lives here in Independence too. And he knows where the airport is, or he thought he knew where it was. And so I just sent him a message back telling him I was just getting ready to do a video. And there's Spike. I think he got fleas from my cousin's dog just the other day. So anyways, I thought I'd give a little video of my messy, I should say garage, but hangar. So anyway, and when I had the garage door open the other day, all the leaves blew in. But here's a start. Well, Mr. Heavy Chevy says he has the messiest bench on YouTube. I think I got him beat, but he cleans his out every now and then. I guess I do too when I can get to it. But I've got my 4-foot brake here in the way. That's a folded up Harbor Freight welding table. But I put my 4-foot brake. I got some wheels and put on it, so I can roll it out of the way once my car's out of here. And there's Harbor Freight TIG welder and a Hobart MIG welder, which I've only had aluminum in there ever since I've got it. I've never put anything else in it. I do got argon, of course, and there's torch and stuff like that. And what is it? 6-ton Harbor Freight press, all kinds of Harbor Freight stuff, and a Harbor Freight tube bender, which is what I bend my tail wheels on, tail wheel strut, I guess you'd say. And there's a sandblaster there. Doesn't do a real good job, but for little things, it's fine and dandy. Well, here's more of my mess. And if you can see there's of course there's the tail of it, but there's a 12-foot B-25 that I was building. And there's a Staggerwing Beach and a P-51 and a tail of a Cessna 310. Well, there's a Focke-Wulf 190. And there's some Zero back there. And some wings off of 2 other ones. And scratch built, of course, most of my airplanes here are scratch built, but a scratch built control line Nobler. And a flight streak, top flight streak, and built that back in that Focke-Wulf 190 right there. Control line built it probably in 72 or 3 or something like that. And I made retractable landing gear that's in here, and the wheels, not the tires. See what else I can show you. Well, more tools that I have. This was my dad's bandsaw, and it fell over and broke, and so I welded it, and he got him a new one. Yeah, Harbor Freight drill press, Harbor Freight mill. Well, there's a Harbor Freight little lathe, which is extremely handy, really, for making, if I can find, well, I call them the rod end inserts that go into pushrod tubes on the Ultra Cruiser and the H5. Well, I machined them all on there instead of buying them. Saved a bunch of money. And anyway, that's a Smithy lathe, and the reason, and it's got a mill too, but I didn't like having to change it around all the time to make it a mill or a lathe or a mill or a lathe, so I bought a mill. And there's my old bandsaw, which it just needs the rubber bands. I call them rubber bands that go on the wheels inside there, and then plus you can't get bandsaw blades for it because they're 72 and 5/8 I've got wrote on here. And yeah, I go to Metal by the Foot and get some of them, or get them made, because you can't get them from Sears anymore. And a Harbor Freight oscillating sander, which was really helpful this time on the H5. I didn't have it on the Ultra Cruiser, nor did I have this bench drill press when I built the Ultra Cruiser. So that was a handy tool this time. But then the best and the most magnificent tool that I wish I had when I built the Ultra Cruiser was this. And that's a convolute wheel that when I go to Hummel I would use theirs, and I just thought, man, it just cleans up aluminum, well, really anything, but of course mainly aluminum, just so fast. And I sanded each and every part on the Ultra Cruiser, and if I would have had that, I might have saved a month on building it. And then since I did the build-up ribs on the Ultra Cruiser and the H5, this is what I use to cut out all those parts, which I've got this 12-inch one, and then I've got a 30-inch one. I don't know if you could see that on my messiest workbench or not. But anyway, just a shot of all my stuff. And that's a 60-gallon air compressor, and behind that door there, if you can tell, there's a door there, which is that I made. There's a this is 80-gallon rather. This is an 80-gallon tank, and I've got a 60-gallon tank behind that door that goes into. So 80 plus 60 gallons of air is what I end up with. So anyway, there's a long video. There you go.